Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Now, as you guys can probably see, I just refreshed CoinMarketCap because it was a little glitchy, but overall, we had our weekly candle close today. It was not that great, honestly. It wasn't too good for Bitcoin, but for XRP, it was actually fairly good. We're going to be addressing that and talking more so about that. But let's go over to the historical data, and we can pretty much see that. So today's candle close was about at 47.3K. Nothing too significant, and honestly, not that much strength. If we are going back 1 week, though, to the 26th, you guys can pretty much see where we closed at. This was a fairly good close, but we still have not closed above a significant point. And can you guys guess what that significant point is? I've been saying it pretty much every single day. That's right, it's the close that we've seen on December 3rd, about 53.5K. That's what we want to see back again in terms of a nice candle close. Now, XRP, like I said, did have a little bit of a better close today. We closed above the 85 centile demand zone, which I've talked to you guys about multiple times. And the reason why this is significant is, let's actually go over to the chart. So I actually have the weekly chart open, and I have some fib levels for you guys to really kind of look at and really kind of pay attention to. Now, I would have liked for us to have the close above the 702, which is at almost 93 cents, currently going off of the high going back to April and the low going back to June. But overall, you know, the 85-cent zone, as you guys do see labeled here on the chart on this line, is actually a fairly good demand zone to be back above. And it's actually a fairly good overall weekly candle close area, but it's not that incredible compared to if we were to regrasp that 90 centile range. But you guys can pretty much see the demand zone going as far back as August before we pretty much jumped out. And you can pretty much see a lot of the demand zone going back to pretty much April as well. Now, like I said, I still think that, you know, right now currently, you know, XRP doesn't look incredible in terms of strength, but it's also the idea that I've been telling you guys for the longest time that XRP does run last, and I'm not expecting us to go to the moon anytime soon, but I suspect that there's going to be a lot of things that actually kind of help lend a hand for that. And with that in mind, we're going to be jumping in and talking more so about what that is. So obviously, I've been talking to you guys about the SEC lawsuit probably for, you know, way too long. It's been way too long since the inception of this SEC lawsuit. Now it's been over a year. We've been talking about it and addressing it forever now, and it seems like it's gone on way too long. Of course, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But overall, we do see a Ripple SEC lawsuit is expected to be over by April 2022, according to Jeremy Hogan. Now, shout out to Jeremy Hogan because he's been incredible in terms of really kind of giving us the insights, especially in terms of all of the XRP community. And we do see here, April is my best estimate. I very much doubt the Ripple case could be strung past summer, even in a worst case scenario. And, you know, I really don't see us kind of going to a 2-year mark or anything like that in terms of this lawsuit. I think that we definitely end the lawsuit in 2022. And the reason why I say that is because of how much regulation talk there has been going on, right? Because we've been seeing a ton of regulations coming into the space, a ton to talk about it, you know, reasons why we need regulations as well, because they do want to adopt crypto. I mean, realistically speaking, you know, we've been seeing crypto adoption skyrocketing. And of course, we do see here, XRP lawsuit, what lies ahead for XRP in 2022. We've been talking about how big this lawsuit could essentially become for, you know, Ripple and even XRP. We know that the SEC is getting sued right now by Empower Oversight. We've talked about that. We've discussed it. And honestly, in terms of this lawsuit, I truly do believe that this could, you know, send XRP soaring in price appreciation. In fact, going all the way back to August, you know, I said this, right? You know, massive domino effect will happen soon. Ripple wins the SEC lawsuit. You know, XRP gains regulatory clarity. Ripple IPO soon after. Widespread exchange relistings for XRP. You know, US-based companies rejoining the team. ODL and cross-border services ramp up. XRP community, this is only the beginning. Now, in terms of this, I think that we're going to be seeing so much more happen as well. I think that we're going to see, once regulations are in place, a lot more adoption. And I do think that, overall, David Schwartz has said it the best way that I could possibly give you guys those insights. So first off, he was talking about why, we would essentially use blockchain, projects, aka, ledgers, in the future for pretty much CBDCs. Okay, now I've talked to you guys about the benefits to this. I've talked to you guys about why we will see, DLTs being utilized. But listen closely to what he says at the end of this, because I don't, we really don't need to listen to the whole thing, because he's more so talking about how efficient ledgers are and stuff like that. But listen closely to this.
Imagine every major institution in the world, and I mean every major institution in the world, able to settle every major asset. That's dollars, that's rupees, that's euros, that's Japanese yen, you name it, with every other institution in a compatible jurisdiction. You're not going to see, U.S. banks settling with North Korean banks, obviously. So get every major institution in the world settling every major fiat asset with every major institution in a compatible jurisdiction in seconds for pennies or fractions of a penny. I mean, how is that not mind-blowing? Every institution in the world can move every fiat asset to every other institution in the world.
And he's more so talking about global interoperability. If we go back just to like the 130-second mark, listen to like the first 20 seconds of this.
Can make these systems more open without sort of having that security problem. And the next question I hear is, well, so what? We already have digital money. So if we build these CBDC systems, why don't we just have the same? Most people who have money don't have physical bills or coins in their pocket. But this is a major first step in providing central banks with a secure, controlled, and flexible solution for the issuance of digital currencies to enable global interoperability. So what does that mean?
So global interoperability is the key here. But also it's the idea that a lot of people are confused, right? They think that, well, we already run on a digital base point anyways. People have, debit cards and credit cards in their wallets. So, they're not using hard-earned money cash. But it's the idea that even though we are in a digitized age of transactions and payments in general through a debit or credit card, think about how long it takes to settle those. Think about the fees that are accrued using those payment sources. That's why we need DLT technologies. That's why we need crypto technologies to help solve, first off, global interoperability problems, and also to really bridge the gap in between the idea on getting, rid of pre-approved accounts, aka Nasho Vasho accounts, so that we could achieve much wider, one, adoption, two, a lot more sustainable and cheaper payments, and then also streamlining it by allowing that 3 to 5 second finality for payments to be settled on a real-time base point almost. Okay, and real-time payments are settled right now on the XRP ledger. That's what we want to see. And of course, in terms of Ripple as a massive network, look at all the connections that we have here. Okay, now this is the FinTech 2021. This is from September 14th, 2021. And when we're talking about a lot of these major connections, so first off, there's a lot of networks here. There's a lot to unpack here, as you do see the massive amounts of 250 plus names. We know that Ripple is a large name as being the major payment processing network. I do believe at scale, okay, right now, first off, a lot of people say, well, XRP is going to be useless because it's in a lawsuit. Think about why it is in a lawsuit. Think about why it's the only crypto asset out of 16,000 projects. It's the only crypto asset in a lawsuit. And you cannot say, well, it's because they were selling unregistered securities. Absolutely not. Because there's a ton of other projects in this space that have done that same exact thing. And not only that, but they knew all along what Ripple was doing. They knew all along where their plans were. MoneyGram, for an example, they went to the SEC and told them exactly what they were doing with MoneyGram, and they brought that up in question for the SEC lawsuit as evidence. Why do you think that they targeted Ripple and XRP? Why do you think so? I want you guys to comment down below why you think that Ripple was targeted. I can tell you exactly why. It was moving extremely way too fast. The benefits were far too great. And it would have put a systemic risk on the banking scene. The SEC is here to protect the banking scene, not to protect you, not to protect me. They are here to protect the banking and higher up suits that are concerned about the banking scene getting massively disrupted by technology like XRP. Now we do see here 2022, the start of the CBDC. Also, just quickly to tell you guys, I think that this was all planned ahead of time. I think that, at the end of the day, regulations will be in this space, we know that Ripple, in fact, will probably be the leading name to usher in regulations into this space. But we look back in time to February 15th, 2021. Shout out to Bank XRP for this. But 2022 is the start of CBDCs. Listen closely again to David Schwartz here.
XRP is an efficient bridge between two assets, including stablecoins and CBDCs. It's neutral, it's jurisdictionless, it's censorship resistant, it doesn't have any central counterparty that you need to trust, so it can be used as a sort of universal bridge. And blockchains are what provide that level playing field so that banks and regulators can live in a multi-asset future without having to deal with hundreds of different APIs, hundreds of different controllers or different rule sets. Thank you.
And when we're talking about CBDCs, stablecoins, being the bridge asset, XRP is seriously one of the leading names in the game for that. It's honestly probably one of the only names that I personally trust to actually achieve this because they've been building for so long. But also, it's the idea that, they're also going after another use case. They're going after on-demand liquidity, providing liquidity for these major financial institutions, these major banks, in a real-time basis, in true liquidity, not trapped capital that's locked away in these accounts, these $27 trillion accounts. We cannot just have money trapped like that. We need something better. On-demand liquidity utilizing XRP solves that as well. 2022 definitely is going to be the year where a lot of things get reshapen. And I do think that regulations are definitely going to be one of the leading things in the game for this. Right now, we see this. This is from Benjamin Pimentel. I hope that I said that right, that name right. We do see a crypto regulatory showdown is coming in 2022. Check out Protocol's list of 10 key, people to watch in the coming regulatory battles, including, and we do know, Stuart Alderati, which is the general counsel at Ripple. We know that regulations are going to be happening very soon. And I welcome them with open arms because I know a lot of individuals think that regulations are going to be a bad thing, but I actually think that it is going to allow this technology to be adopted at a mass scale. Yeah, sure, we have a little bit of adoption happening here and there, and I know everybody's saying that it's surging, and don't get me wrong, the adoption is absolutely massive right now, but it could be so much bigger and it could be so much greater if we had regulations. And of course, in terms of CBDCs, we know that they're planning a mass takeover event in terms of CBDCs. We're seeing, research, proof of concepts, pilots, and even launched CBDCs. Okay, we even see a pilot being released in Canada. We also see a pilot being released over in China. And we also see them in a few other areas, like, for example, South Africa, sorry. We even see it in Uruguay, and we also see, even the UK, right? France, for example. We see, even with the UK with the digital pound as well. There's been so much adoption happening of a lot of these proof of concepts, pilots. We even see actual launch concepts as well. I'm very excited to see this list really unfold greatly. I think that 2022, we're going to see this exact map change drastically. And of course, I'm going to be here to update you guys on that every step of the way. Like, we could look back on this video in, 3, 6, even 12 months from now. And I guarantee you that this entire map is going to look extremely different. And this all leads me back to my tweet originally from August. I do believe that a settlement is happening in 2022. And if we do get there, right now, everybody's waiting for this $10 XRP. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be looking at a $10 XRP once a settlement happens. I see us at least at $30 if we do get a settlement. And the reason why is because we're going to have mass media attention behind this. The FOMO is going to be absolutely unreal. Everybody's going to try buying because we're going to see Fox Business, CNBC, all of these major news outlets pushing XRP, saying it's won the lawsuit, it has regulatory clarity, it's the first of all crypto projects to have regulatory clarity. The FOMO event that will happen on XRP is going to be unreal. And right now, you know, at a $1.4 trillion market cap, it's still undervalued if we got there because of the use cases behind it and because of the potential behind it as well. But with all of that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.